We're with head coach Carolyn Condit after a pair of wins on your season opening weekend. Coach, just talk a little bit about the weekend's efforts and as we start to get into going to Akron this week.
Yeah, we played 3 matches if you count our exhibition match, and in each one, even though Buffalo was the same opponent, we learned a different pace of the game each time. So it was a valuable weekend. I'm very liberated that we won and were able to pull it off because Buffalo came to play that second night, and really, I think as all teams do, we keep getting better as we play. But it was a good experience for us. I'm excited about our depth. I'm really thrilled to see the effort our kids are putting out in practice, certainly in the matches, and it's going to be really neat to see. I know where the playing time goes because we have such diversity in our team, and in terms of our pins with the right and left antenna, they call pins. We have a good number that can play both and do it well. So I'm very excited to see what we need and where we're going to need them because it gives us, more room to sub and to help each other out when we need it. So it was a good weekend, and I'm just glad we're through that first one and now going on our first road trip in the MAC.
It was interesting, after the Friday night game, you were talking about, having to maybe control emotions a little bit because you thought you were going to have players jump over the net. I mean, so excited about getting out there and actually playing for the first time in over a year. It had to be an incredible experience to walk out on the floor and say, okay, we finally made it.
It really was. And it was a real grind in January and late December because we're never here during that time. It's dark. It's cold, it's everything else. And, as a group, we had to really help pull each other up at times emotionally. And things are just not the same anywhere in the world right now. But it was a neat thing because we could rely on each other and help push each other forward. And no better way to create a team chemistry. And we came out on the other end feeling like we got a lot done, Steve, which was good.
You talked a little bit about depth, and Friday night, I think we really saw that offensively with the spread of numbers and a really nice hitting percentage. Did you expect to see that this early in the season?
It was that first night was a little better than I expected, which is always great. We do have some really solid experience in many positions, and then we're young in a few others, which is typical. But I was a little bit surprised, and that's a compliment to my team that they don't always show us everything in practice. But it's good, and I think when our setters do well, our hitters do well, and we had a combination of that and some good defense on the first night.
Looking ahead to this weekend, Akron's getting a chance to play on their home court for the first time this season, but coming off a pair of losses at Ball State. Just talk a little bit about this matchup Thursday and Friday and what your thoughts are heading into the weekend.
Sure. From what I see on Ball State, what they have coming back, a loss to Ball State is nothing to be ashamed of. Of course, no one wants to lose, but I'll tell you, Tom, his kids are fundamental. He trains well. Each year he's been there, he moves the program forward, and I see this as one of his best teams. I have no doubt they're going to come out on fire against us up there, and that's just what we deal with. Overall, he's got an older lineup for sure in terms of good experience. Juniors and seniors pretty much are going to fill the pins on the right and left side. Possible they could have a freshman in there and move someone else around. One of the setters I like the most in the conference, I have 2 favorite setters in the conference, but one is Emily, who's their junior. And she's a lefty, really smart. She's been running a 5-1 for them for her first 2 years. And I hear they might be throwing in a mix of a 6-2 where they're bringing another setter in. But when she's front row, she's really great attacker being left-handed, and she's just game smart. So I know they're going to have good setters to the pins and to find their middles. And I imagine that if they run a 6-2, it's to get, as we do, some bigger blockers on the right side and just to have 3 attack at the least in every rotation. So we're looking for a couple different changes they might make. I'm pretty sure the libero's a senior, so we'll definitely have our work cut out for us there. And I remember they beat us at home last year in the first round, and they're not a team to take for granted. Some of their past history hasn't been the best, but I think we can all say that in certain decades, including me at Miami. So we're going to be ready to play, and I know they're going to be ready to play.
We talked a little bit about this over the weekend, being able to play a team 2 nights in a row. Do you like this format? Is this something that you kind of enjoy seeing a team 2 nights in a row, or is it something that you would rather see them spaced out a little bit differently?
We're used to playing back-to-back. I kind of enjoy it. I after all the years of playing two different opponents every weekend and traveling that much, it's a little bit more restful for everyone. And it's certainly more sane for all the scouters that lead the scouting role. But I really like it. And it really forces all of us to say, okay, now what do we have to do different to win? And what can we expect from them? And it's a little bit like playing chess, even when the game starts. So I think it's fantastic. I'm really looking forward to stretching our comfort zones, and our team has already started to do that in their minds, and to see what we can do with it. I'm very excited about it. So I like it.